In the aftermath of UFC 299 and the sit-up ass title defense that Sean O'Malley got, a lot of people are genuinely convinced that Sean O'Malley is the greatest striker to ever exist. Now, obviously, everybody knows that that is false. So a lot of people are bringing out who they think is the greatest striker of all time. I've seen a lot of lists on Twitter. Some of these lists have goofies on them like, oh, Poatan, Alex Pineda, Anderson Silva on there. Anderson used to fight plumbers. Like, come on, bro. I respect Anderson, but you gotta understand, Anderson Silva fought plumbers and actually struggled a lot. He just had hard bones and KO'd a lot of people. At the end of the day, we gotta simplify it, all right? There is no way anybody not from this era could be the greatest striker of all time. John Jones could be in that conversation, but who I think is the real greatest striker of all time is this man right here, PETR. And today we're gonna be breaking down PETR's greatest combinations and giving him his rating, because I really do believe that PETR is the greatest striker of all time. Let's get straight to it. We got Yang Yan. So this is PETR versus Ishihara. So PETR goes leg kick, jab, misses the jab, connects on the chest with an overhand, but then follows up the overhand with a jab, actually, because he has switch stances. Switch stance, jab, tries to catch him with a two, ends up catching him with an elbow. Ishihara does a good job of muffling him right here, but PETR comes back with a two, boom, connects straight on the chin. Ishihara eats it, thinks it's all fun and games, thinks it's safe. PETR does not let the foot off the gas. Ishihara tries to counter him. PETR ducks the counter, slips the counter as he's landing the big ass overhand right here. Boom, left overhand, sits down Ishihara. Easy money for PETR. And then we move on to PETR versus Son. He was on a mission to take out all the Chinese people from the UFC, but Son is a tough cookie. He actually ate a lot of PETR punches. He got punished in this fight, but he did not get finished. He got his ass kicked though. Put out his hand. Right here, what PETR does is he grabs it with the opposite side hand because he was in an orthodox stance. His opponent is trying to bait him into this whole hand game that they do. PETR distracts him with the other hand, grabs his hand, brings his hand down, boom, overhand. His opponent tries to switch it into a takedown attempt. Takedown attempt, gets blocked easily. Stuff, boom, catches a hook. PETR tries to sneak in one right there, but it misses. His opponent thinks it's safe now. He can throw some of his shit back. Slips. Boom! Gets blasted with another overhand. PETR is the overhand spammer merchant. Now you gotta understand, PETR has a talent of making overhands, which are the most untechnical moves ever technical. Like, he makes overhands technical. Yeah, sometimes it can whiff on an overhand and it looks crazy because he like spin around. Son is not safe, because Son thinks it's fun and games. He's smiling. He thinks this is like a good experience. PETR feints. Boom, goes with a jab. Boom, two. But PETR, after he does his two, he switches stances and then boom, goes with what was supposed to be his lead hook. Now turns into his rear hook after covering the leg right there. Boom. Now it's his rear hook. Catches him. Another jab. Boom, another overhand. Grazes Son. Son, very tough, as I said, bro. He ate all them big ass shots. Already notices that Son is trying to go for a takedown because Son wants nothing of them hands after he tested him in that second round, alright? So he tries to duck and do the same thing he did in the second round by ducking and then going into a takedown. But this time, before he gets clapped like he did in the second round, the problem is PETR notices this and he turns it into his own takedown. This is the genius of PETR. Son is already in good position to get tripped out because he's planted fully on his feet. If you don't want to get tripped, you want to be light on your feet so that you can just like step over your opponent's leg and so they don't trip you. If you plant your feet going for a takedown, now this is easy work for PETR to take it down with this little trip right here. Boom, little outside trip, gets Son all off balance, flings him around like he's a piece of garbage, and almost catches him with a front kick coming up. Boom. Son blocks it. PETR is not done. The jab, overhand, misses, but cracks him with this one right here. Boom, lead hook. Son misses again. PETR just stays off the center line. You can never catch PETR on the center line under any circumstances, unless he's confident in eating your jab and countering you, he's never on the center line. See, like right there, like that is the center line. As soon as it goes to throw, boom, now he's off the center line. Now Son cannot hit him. But Son cannot even hit him because he doesn't want to hit him because he's trying to protect himself. But Son doesn't have good head movement, so he stays right there. Boom, gets cracked with a 2. And Son, again, is that shit like a G, man. Son is a fucking gangster. But then we move on to roided out Brazilian Juice head, Silva de Sandre or some shit. This is a posting jab. It's just trying to grab a hold of him for this one right here. Boom, body shot. Not the best placement for the body shot, but boom. Body shot, a lot of power in that body shot. It made this man spin all around. So he tries to spin and duck at the same time. But PETR Yan follows up with another not so strong jab, almost like a lead hook. But boom, there you go. Another one. PETR Yan just doesn't miss these. Like these from PETR Yan are the most dangerous punches of all time. It's like a straight overhand. It's actually insane because it has the power of an overhand, but the speed of a straight. Look at this. Boom. Power of an overhand, speed of a straight. That's just insane. Catches this man tripping, and then boom, body kick. This is like a Stockton slap. I think he's trying to slap his guard off. Boom. Trying to slap his guard so that he has to rely on his head movement, which in most cases, people just like to duck down. Leads him straight into a knee. Boom, knee to the face. And if he was to pop his head back up, he was gonna get met with this one right here. Jumping, whatever the fuck punch this is. Boom. Another slap of the guard. Meets him with another one of these, like straight overhands. But this time he misses and catches him with a forearm to the nose. Boom. This is like a 1-1-2 setup, but this is just one. Boom. 1-2. Like, again, the way he switches stances is so effortless. Like right here. This is a 2, alright? This is supposed to be a 2 overhand mixture. But he switches his stances right there. You wouldn't even miss it. It's like he's going for a trip almost. But again, he gets him a little off balance so that he has to catch his balance. The time he goes to catch his balance, his head is on the center line. Boom, gets cracked with that too. Grazed on the side of the temple. Again, this man couldn't get off the stool for the 3rd round. He got absolutely demolished in this fight. If you want to see some nice brutality from PETR Yan, go watch this fight against him versus Silva de Santos. John Dodson in this fight looked like somebody's midget baby mama. But lead uppercut misses. It's like he misses on purpose though, because he knows where his head is at. Proven by this. Boom. He knows where his head is at, but he just wants to make sure that if he was to move off the center line, which would lead him into going inside of his block hand, he was gonna get met with this uppercut. Just genius placement of that uppercut. But since it doesn't, he can follow up immediately with this strong 2 overhand mixture. Now this is just more like a 2, but boom, 2. The power in this 2. You can just see the full extension. Look at the position of his body. Boom. It's all in one direction, just going into John Dodson's head. Boom. John Dodson is like, what the fuck? Is grabbing his weave. He got this new fluffy afro to help him with the weight cut. Another lead uppercut. This time he catches him, but still catches him with that 2. Boom. Same combination, catches him both times. Knee to the face. Elbow. Boom. Elbow. John Dodson is like, what the fuck? There you go. Another 1-2. Like, this is crazy. 1-2 switches stances. John Dodson is like, what the fuck did they put me in this octagon with, man? John Dodson is in limbo. Look at him. And we move on to the 3rd round right here. Overhand misses. Does great to block the overhand. Boom. Uppercut catches him though. Uppercut catches him. This was a rear uppercut. Boom. Switches stances. Jab. 1-2. Jab 1-2. Look at this. This is what Mike Tyson was talking about. Like, if you can make a 1-2 seem like one punch. Like this. Boom. 1-2. Just one swift motion. John Dodson falls over, tries to go for a takedown. It misses. PETR Yan, great takedown defense. Switches it and actually gets in a better position. Like he was the one shooting for a takedown. Just beautiful trip right here. Bing. And then look at this. We gotta run this back. This has to be the most brutal thing I've ever seen. Like this one right here is right up there with Ngannou's uppercut too. Over him. Bang. There could knock out a mule. But we'll move on to him versus Jorge Rivera. Was actually doing great in this fight. The problem with Jorge Rivera is he was getting dropped every single round. It was like PETR Yan's mission to lose the round but win it by knockdown. Like he was winning every round by just straight up knockdowns. It's like he just commanded a knockdown to happen, and it happened. So Rivera is doing great. PETR Yan, nice little trip as always. They turned it into this little wrestling exchange. It just looks good to me. That looks nice and smooth. PETR Yan is the smoothest fighter, bro. Look at this shit, bro, in real time. Like, look at this. Look at this. Tries to get in a heel hook. Rivera does good. Tries to get on top of him. PETR Yan just escapes it, and then boom, they separate. Nice. But PETR Yan decides to knock him down, of course. PETR Yan was actually missing a lot of overhands in this fight, but this time he didn't miss. Boom. Rivera thinks it's safe because the whole fight, PETR Yan was making him think that he's going to throw just a 2-punch combination. The whole fight, PETR Yan was doing like a jab overhand and spinning around, and Rivera getting out of the way of it and being like, yes, I'm safe. He was very proud of himself, but PETR Yan goes with the overhand. Rivera gets out the way, he's safe. But PETR Yan is not done this time. Boom! Cracks him, knocks his ass down. Second round knockdown on command, of course. Look at this feint knee, feint front kick. Rivera was gonna eat that front kick to the chin straight up because he was ducking into it. He doesn't know what to do. He's just overwhelmed with feints. Look at this, boom, boom, feint. That's 2 feints. And then the other knee cracks him, boom, right on the chin. PETR Yan is not done though. PETR Yan is spotting his prey now. Rivera is reacting to everything because he knows in the first round, around this time is when he got knocked down. So he's trying to protect himself to not get knocked down, but he's overdoing it. Boom, uppercut, cracks him, tries to come back. Boom, 2, sits him down. Easy money. PETR Yan is too good, bro. He is too good. You see this? This is the fucking problem with J. Elton Almeida, right? I included this just to rant on J. Elton Almeida. What the fuck was he thinking? J. Elton, off the rip, was fucked up, shooting from that far of a range, while his opponent, Curtis Razor Blades, his back was directly against the cage. But look at PETR Yan, though. Like, PETR Yan is not a dummy. He doesn't just lay here and get fucking hammer-fisted to death. Turns it into a little trip right here. There was no knockdown in the third. In the third, he just kind of beat his ass. But then we move on to Legend Killer Yan. This right here is the most brutal PETR Yan of all time. Legend Killer Yan was a demon versus Uriah Faber. So Uriah Faber, one of the greatest plumbers of all time, prolific plumber, but he was in there with a young beast, PETR Yan. He didn't know what the fuck hit him. Look at this, PETR Yan, feint. Boom, cracks him a little bit. Boom, 2. That was just to test his temple. And he's like, yeah. He gets excited. He starts smiling and shit. Look at this. He starts smiling and shit, sticking out his tongue, thinking it's all fun and games. So now PETR Yan got him thinking it's a good game, right? It's like they're like at the roller coaster or some shit. Like, they're just having fun. PETR Yan is like, oh, we're just having fun, aren't we? PETR Yan with a jab. Bing! Overhand. Quit playing with me. He still has a little bit of a smile on him, but he's like, what the fuck? Bang! Overhand. Quit playing with me. Look at this. Bang! This shit ain't a game, kid, yeah? Switches stances from one overhand to the next. Boom! Another overhand. Again, the power of an overhand, the speed of a straight. Boom! Sits him down, and he pounds him out right quick. Faber does a good job of getting up. Crafty veteran gets up, tries to wrap him up, trying to be like, hey kid, let's have a little test of strength here, because PETR Yan doesn't look the most impressive physically, but PETR Yan is pretty darn strong. So he tries to get a trip right here. It doesn't happen. Faber is like, yes, I'm safe, I didn't get tripped out. PETR Yan grabs him by his head and just sets him up perfectly for this, because he put his hands down as a plumber would. Look at this. Boom! Head kick. Knocks him the fuck out. Real head hunter shit, man. Then we move on to one of the greatest fights of all time. PETR Yan versus Jose Aldo. PETR Yan off the rip. 1, boom, overhand. But a lot of people get hip on that, and when they do, he turns it into a 1 lead hook to the body. Again, he sets up everything with either a 1 or a feint 1, but this one right here is a switch stance 1, so it's a 2. So if this shit had landed flush, it would have caused real big damage. But switches the other leg again. Look how quick it switches. Switches. Boom, body kick. Just insane. This body kick actually is what caused Aldo to shoot this panic takedown, because this looks like a good takedown, but it's really a panic takedown because there is no power in it. Look at this. Yan just easily gets out of this takedown attempt and now Aldo falls on his ass. And you would think, why did he fall on his ass? Because that body kick really hurt him a lot. So he just fell on his ass thinking, I can be safe on the ground by putting my knees up, protecting my body with my legs. Unfortunately, he leaves his head wide open right here. He tries to cheat a little bit. The referee breaks up the glove grab. Nice, boom, boom. He thinks it's safe right here. Great ground and pound, by the way, by PETR Yan. And then PETR Yan still catches him with a body shot. So he left his legs up just by a split second, just by a little bit. And then PETR Yan just saw an opening. Boom! One of the most painful looking faces I've ever seen in a UFC fight. Like, what the fuck, man? Look at this man, man. He's in agony. He's in limbo. And then he catches some crazy punches to the head. He survives. And we come back with a boom, boom, 1-1. Crazy head movement by both these guys in this fight, by the way. One of the greatest fights of all time. You guys should go watch it. Top 5 fights ever. Great head movement, but not for this one. Boom. Fuck is you talking about this? Good head movement, Aldo. You done did good, but this is boom, straight to the head. Quit playing with me. Takes a little bit of a step back. Got the speed on these shits. It's just boom. That's a feint jab for that 2 to the body. Boom. A real jab to the body right there. Comes back with that overhand, misses the overhand. You can appreciate the idea. Look at this great head movement by Jose Aldo, man. Jose Aldo, he should have never retired, man. He still had it, man. He went toe-to-toe with fucking PETR Yan. Look at this. Boom, boom. Got his ass kicked for it, though. Now, obviously, he has a great guard up. But PETR Yan has a good habit of splitting the guard. This is how he splits the guard this time. Grabs him by his glove to put his hands down. Now, if you see this, there's no way you can put anybody's hands down with that little effort. But it's just the psychological trigger that he does on Aldo, where Aldo feels his hand being touched, so he puts it down, leaves his head open just for it. Boom, nice punch to the head. Covers up well right here. Splits his guard with his forearm right here, just to find the opening. Boom, uppercut. That's actually what finished him later on. Another uppercut. Just splitting the guard like a pro, man. Look at this. Grabs his leg. You give away the leg too much, you get your shit pulled over. Look at this. Boom. Fuck is he talking about? Drops him on his ass, kind of pounds him out. This is the finish of the fight. 1-2. Straight 1-2. Goes stumbling. Poor guy took a whole bunch of punishment in this fight, but he really stood there and took it like a man. Aldo, one of the greatest of all time, man. For a reason, man. The guy is actually very good at bantamweight, man. I don't know why the fuck he retired, because the machine put that hitter on him. Like, the machine does that to everybody. Boom. Boom. This looks like he's going for a body shot, because whole fight he's been going for the body shot. So Aldo braces his body and protects his head. The problem is, by bracing for the body, he subconsciously wants to pull his elbow next to his body to protect his body. He's like midway going to do that, but he still wants to protect his chin. Leaves his chin just wide open, just enough for Yan to just cup it with a lead hook, and then follow up with his crazy ass uppercut. Boom, takes him down. And that was the end of it, man. That's all she wrote. And just kind of pounded him out. The referee let him take a lot of head trauma and get his ass kicked in this position. Absolutely one of the most brutal looking finishes ever, just kind of in a pool of his own blood. Champ Yan. Obviously, Champ Yan was not around for a long time, but for the one fight that he was a defending champion, he was magnificent. At 2-1, this is not just your regular 2-1. This is a 2-1 that has the effect of a 1-2. Now, obviously, the effect of a 1-2 is to give a soft 1 and a hard 2. Pretty simple. Seeing as his stance right here is southpaw, and his right arm is his front arm. His right arm is obviously his powerful arm, so he wants to hit you the hardest with his most powerful arm. However, he's not in the right position to do that, but look at the genius of PETR Yan. He switches his hip torque from a 1-2 position to a 2-1 position. However, he's giving the same effect as a 1-2. Please. 1-2. But it's really a 2-1. Because he goes to switch stances after he's done with it. Look at this. 2-1. But it's also a 1-2. He doesn't even switch stances. He just switches the torque in his hips. This guy is actually a genius striker. Like, there is no way anybody's a better striker than him. Here you go. Aljamain goes for a spin, ducks under it. Boom, catches him with a hook. Comes over. Boom, Aljamain does a hunky-junky spin for some reason. Random spin. Jon Bones Jones, the greatest fighter to ever exist, likes this combination. Feint takedown into a spinning back elbow. Now that is a very genius move, alright? Because when you feint a takedown, especially when you're as great of a wrestler as Jon Bones Jones, your opponent is going to be trying to stuff the takedown, which leaves their head open. That's why this move is very effective by Jon Bones Jones. Almost every single opponent of his has tested that spinning back elbow from Jon Bones Jones because of the setup. However, Aljamain Sterling doesn't know what he wants to do. Does he want to do a spinning back elbow? He doesn't know. Does he want to do a takedown? He doesn't know. He would rather have both, but he cannot have neither because he's indecisive in this situation. So he goes for this takedown attempt, stuffed easily, no real commitment to it, and then he just kind of spins for no reason whatsoever. So he spins and then tries to, like, he doesn't even do it in one swift motion. He tries to just reset and then do a back elbow. So it's not even a spinning back elbow, it's just a back elbow. Boom, back elbow misses. Surely was going to miss. There is no way Aljamain knows what he's doing. He had the fight IQ of an onion. But boom, almost caught a head kick right there. That Faber head kick. And then my son comes back with that. Boom. This is not a 1-2. This is a feint 1-2. Look how he reacts. Like, this man has people reacting to feint ones like they already hit them. Like, if you look at Aljamain alone, you would think that he got hit with the one, but he didn't. It was a feint one. Look at this. Whoop. Boom. 2. Just a 2. And then there goes the 1. And as I had already said, after he throws the 1, most of his opponents pull back to avoid the overhand, which in most cases is coming. However, when Petr Yan picks up on that read, he does not throw the 1 overhand again. He throws this one right here, the jab, and then you leave your body wide open. Boom, lead hook to the body, lead hook to the head. Aljo ducks under it, great from Aljo, and then he just pushes him, just mean. But he ain't even done though, because Aljo tries to feint, nothing happens. Zero substantial shit from Aljo. That's why his feints are not working. Feints not work. Boom, knee to the body. Aljo goes to do hunky junky shit and then just gets swept. Very emasculating shit. He just got emasculated this whole fight, man. He was just getting tripped around, spun around, twirled around. Feint, jab, boom. Oh my god, you see that? He feints like it's going to hit him with the rear hand, the right hand to the body. He feints like he's going to do a right hand to the body, but then he switches it into a left hand to the body because the distance probably wouldn't have been the best for the right hand to the body. Switches it to a left hook to the body. Boom, cracks him, but then comes back with a 2 to the head. He does 3 separate motions with his right hand. From this situation, goes from guarding to opening up his guard. Feints like it's going to hit him with a body hook with the right hand. Does it with the left hand. Cocks the 2 and then boom, releases the 2. Obviously he did a lot in this fight. I just couldn't put everything in this video. Most of it was just like one-shot punches because Sterling was too reactive. He never stood in the pocket and exchanged with Yan, so Yan didn't have the chance to get the combinations going. It was a lot of one-shots from Yan, just kind of like body kicks, punches to the head, just kind of like one punch to the head, and Sterling spins around and does a whole fucking jitterbug dance, fucking does a cartwheel or some shit. But this fight right here, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Just like the Aldo fight, if you've never watched this fight, you can barely call yourself an MMA fan. This is still in the first round. This is the rounds that Petr Yan be losing. Corey Sandhagen with a 1-1-2. Catches an overhand right here. Just does a little bit of a leave me the fuck alone punch. Here it is. Boom. Watch yourself. But he stays on his ass. Boom. Catches a good one right there. Does a little bit of a jitterbug dance. Look at this. Petr Yan feint. Gets him to react. Boom. Heavy overhand. There's no jab here. The jab would have kind of give him enough time to get out of range. The fact that he feinted the jab and then bah! But then we move on to him getting more reads right here. These body kicks were cooking Corey Sandhagen the whole night, bro. But Corey Sandhagen with 2 parry jabs. Again, just kind of doing random shit. Another Stockton slap, feint almost into a kick. Ducks under. Nice. When did Miracle Crow Cop ever do shit like that, bro? Come on, man. Boom. It's a little bit of a liver shot, but then pays back with some shit. Overhand. Misses this. Almost caught him with that, but if he had caught him with that, that would have been crazy, but that's not even the end of that. Boom. Spinning back elbow. Boom. Spinning elbow. Now, if he had feinted the takedown into the spinning elbow, that would have been better. That would have been the John Jones combination. But since he had been a little bit of a headhunter the whole fight, Corey Sandhagen just protected his head. But this one right here, boom, could have probably took him out of commission. And then that overhand. Again, nice defense from Corey Sandhagen, but that shit hurt it. Here he comes. Shovel uppercut. Simple. Shovel uppercut. He almost gives his opponents room to believe that he's back in defense mode until he does shit like this. So he does a jab. Okay, nice. Ducks under that. Lead hook. Overhand. Just kind of cracks his skull right there. Almost catches him with this. Zit. And look at this defense. Look at this defense. Can't catch him. Can't touch him. Can't touch him. Nice. Look at Corey Sandhagen. He got his own moves. Corey Sandhagen. Ducking under nothing. Almost get caught with that. Boom. Misses that. Not by a lot. And cracks him with that lead hook. Caught him with a lot of lead hooks, but then he ducks under that punch right there. He's never out of position. I want you guys to pay attention to that. He's never out of position. He's always in good position to defend himself. The only punches that ever hit him is these little jabs right here that he knows won't do shit. But even those, look at that. Look at that head movement, bro. Look at that fucking head movement. See, Izzy can only do this type of head movement when his back is against the cage and his opponent is Marvin Vettori, and Marvin Vettori is absolute garbage. That's the only time he can do this. Other than that, he never does that in open space. Look at this. Boom. Again, this is a 2. Turns it into a 1 so that he can land a rear leg body kick. Boom. And then follows it up with some punches and miss. Corey Sandhagen is good, man. But he ain't done, though. He's never done. Just sporadic movement gets his opponent's reaction. Sand. Boom. Cracks him. It's always that lead hook. He had turned a rear hook into a lead hook just to catch Corey Sandhagen, because Corey Sandhagen is always in good position himself. So the only punches that can catch him is lead hook type punches, which can cover a lot of distance. Boom! Another lead hook catches him. And look at this head movement. Niggas talking about some Poatan is a better striker than Yan. Why? Because he has fucking Glory Hole kickboxing credentials. Get the fuck out of here, bro. They brought in a new Glory Hole kickboxer, and he fought Khalil Roundtree, and Khalil slipped him in like 20 seconds, bro. Glory Hole kickboxers are shitty. Like, fucking Poatan is one of the worst strikers I've ever seen. Alright, maybe not one of the worst strikers I've ever seen, but compared to Yan, they're not even in the same fucking league. They're not even in the same stratosphere. Look at his head movement. Look at that. Bro. Poatan would never even think about shit like that. Poatan, when he's getting punched at, he just stands there and lets people punch him in the head. He's like, like, go watch his Yuri fight right before he early stopped. Yuri just straight up took shots to the head unnecessarily. Just stood there and took mad punches by Yuri Prochazka. Look, that guy is really terrible. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. If Jamal Hill does not slip Alex Poatan, then I'm overrating Jamal Hill heavily, because I'm thinking this should be easy money for Jamal Hill. But nonetheless, nice bracing for the body too. But we about to go for that spinning shit right here. But look at this. Great head movement as always. Boom. Bracing for the body. Just, that's a low blow almost. But he pays for it direly with this one right here. Zuh. Thinks it's safe. Spinning back fist. Cracks him around the chin. And then boom. That spinning back fist caught him. If y'all saw the other angle, caught him right on the chin. Almost finished him right there, but he survived. Another 1-2, straight up. Ooh, boom. Pops his head back. What is you talking about? Here you go. He just can't get hit. Like, you can see Sandhagen is trying, but he just can't hit him. But he can hit him. Young comes back with that one overhand. Just a nice one to the body. Boom. Just a nice one to the body. 1-1. Sandhagen trying to escape. He just catches a whole 3-piece combination trying to escape. Look at this. Boom. Lead hook. Boom. Rear hook. Bang. Body kick. His body was turning red all night. Just a straight 2 to the face. Boom. 1. This is that. Now he's safe. Good feint from Petr. Boom, boom. 1-2. Another one pops his head back. Like, he never had Yan looking like this. One overhand misses. Boom! Oh, another overhand lands. He's like, God damn, I'm safe now, right? I'm safe now, right? Tries to do a spin. Like, this is 2 setup ass punches, yeah? Boom, boom. But this is not, though. Zoom! Body shot heavy. He's like, now I'm safe. Another body shot. Good God. Look at this shit, bro. This kid is just brutal looking. Look at him. 1, 2. Boom. 2 to the face. Comes up. Bang! Oh, my goodness. Like, how the fuck Sandhagen at this shit? Has Sandhagen ever been chin? Because he has a nice chin. Boom! Look how he switched stances from this two. And then switches stances, distracting him with this other shit. Boom! But this one right here is where he follows up with a spinning back fist. Phew! Catches him with a spinning back fist. Just not enough power. Gets out the way of that overhand. He does it again, though. This time with a twist. Jab, miscellaneous, overhand 2 type deal. Boom! Straight up to the temple. Spinning heel kick to the temple. Za! To the temple. And Sandhagen is like, let's hang on. Then 1 second remaining. In this 1 second, he connects a whole combination on Sandhagen. This fucking guy is not the one to play around with. But now we move on to the robbed Yan section. This one right here is one of the saddest things ever because he got robbed for that 6'9" tattoo having fucking queer. Say, a lot of niggas is like, Sean O'Malley is the greatest striker of all time. We're about to watch Sean O'Malley get out striked by the real greatest striker of all time, PETR fucking Yan. Here we go. Boom. Straight up overhand off the rip. Overhand. Now Sean O'Malley is like, I can do some shit myself. Tries to feint some stupid shit. My son does not react because he's a real headhunter, but he doesn't give a fuck. What the fuck is he gonna do? Knee stomp. Boom. Knee stomp. That's not what he's here for. He's here for this one right here. Rear left hook. Boom. Another one. Boom. Another rear left hook. That one is blocked. Puts his guard up. He's looking at this kid work around him. Boom. Gets in on the legs. This is slim pickings. Look at this. Easy money. Quit playing with me. Huh? The machine. This is exactly what Marabi is gonna do to Sean O'Malley. You guys get ready. This is what Marabi is gonna do to Sean O'Malley without a shadow of a doubt. Shama. Boom. And we'll move on to the second round right quick. Feints don't work on my son. Look at that. He doesn't give a fuck. Boom. Knee stomp. Body kick. Nice. This is one of the most magnificent looking things ever. So they go into this whole hand game, and I don't know what Sean O'Malley was thinking around this time. He's like just holding onto his hands. But my son PETR Yan has evil thoughts behind them little bitty eyes. Look at him. Boom! Overhand. Quit playing with me. Almost drops him. He tries to hang on to him so that he does not drop. Catches a couple of punches, and then he just kind of ragdolls him. This is just great stuff. Ragdolls him. I love to watch this. The most emasculating move of all time. Just kind of, hey, sit down, kid. Watch yourself. Just set him on his ass without a doubt. We gotta rewatch this in slow motion. Just, Shama. Sent him flying, bro. What the fuck? Sean tries to do the same move to him, but it doesn't work because he's a soy boy, obviously. He just doesn't have the sauce, man. PETR Yan almost boomed him for this. Like, hey, kid, watch yourself. Don't fucking play with me, man. What the fuck is this? He tries to go for his little trip. It does not work. PETR Yan is literally the innovator of that move. Don't fucking fuck around with him. This punch is that. Don't fuck around with my sauce, pussy. Man, knee stomp. Body kick. Crunches him up. Look at that. Crunches him up. And then another takedown right here. Just a simple. Set him down. Won him the round because he stayed in this position pretty much for the rest of the round. Like, you cannot tell me out of all this shit that we just seen all from one round two. Like, this is all round two shit. Kicking off round two with a gnarly body kick. Almost drops him right here. Takes him down. Ragdolls him. Slams him over. Fucking cucks him. Tries to seal his sauce. Gets his ass kicked. And then takes him down. Like, how the fuck did he win that round, man? The third round. This is the closest round because this is the round where Sean O'Malley got the knee and busted up my son. Other than that knee, if you're only judging fights off of who's bleeding, then I guess you can give him the third. But that was one moment. Everybody knows Sean O'Malley loves him some 1-1-2. He loves the feint 1-1-2 or the feint 1-2. But goes for that feint 1-2 and gets cracked for it. Like, there is levels to this shit. And then tries again to follow up with another one. Weak ass flimsy wrist. Boom! Just go with another one. Whiffs. and has a whole fucking jitterbug dance. Again, Sean O'Malley has his own sauce, man. Them little feints, they're cool looking. But then, he goes and does a nice 1-2. He doesn't follow through like he always does, but leaves himself wide open like he always does. Greatest striker of all time. Every single time he throws a 1-2, he leaves himself wide open. What type of great striker does this? And then, boom, pays the price for it. Like, watch yourself, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, how the fuck can you see that and be like, oh, Sean O'Malley is the greatest striker of all time? In order for him to be the greatest striker of all time, he has to be better than all the other strikers. He had a one-on-one match with somebody that could be considered the greatest striker of all time, somebody who I think is the greatest striker of all time, and got out-striked so heavily right here, just striking chess match, and he just straight up loses without even a doubt, without a question. He landed shit, but PETR Yan always knew what was going to happen with every little thing. It's like he set it up to give Sean some type of false sense of security when he lets him land this 1-1-2. This is just a 1-2. Boom, boom. And then he still tries to get some shit off, just to kind of touch his face. Nice. Slips that, and then boom, leg kick. This kind of makes him look goofy after the leg kick. I like watching Sean O'Malley looking goofy. Yeah. And then another takedown. MMA Guru was like, if you think PETR Yan won this fight, you're retarded. The takedowns don't mean shit. The control time doesn't mean shit. I don't understand why the fuck you're coping so heavy. Number one. Number two, yeah, it doesn't mean as much as a knee to the face that will bust you open. But if you get multiple takedowns and multiple moments on the feet, like, come on, bro, you gotta add up to that. But nonetheless, this is just the third round. Even if you give the third round to Sean O'Malley, he still loses the first 2 rounds, meaning that he lost the fight. Quit coping, number one. Number two, get off that man's cock. Ever since UFC 299, he's been on fucking Sean O'Malley's dick heavy, bro. Like, fat nigga trying to get pregnant, man. What the fuck? You're gonna start weighing 500 pounds on top of your 400 pounds. That Sean O'Malley Mexican kid in you, man. Fuck is you talking about? But then look at this. Another one of these exchanges where Sean O'Malley thinks he's in control, except he's not. Because boom, he always gets cracked. The real best fucking striker, nigga. Overhand, lead hook, grabs a hold of him, takes him down, just dunks him down like a bitch. And then leg kick. Sean O'Malley tries to go for a trip. It doesn't work because this man literally invented the trips, and then just kind of moves him over like, all right, let's go here. Right quick, boom, takes him down and beats the fuck out of him for the whole rest of the fight. Whole rest of the fight was like this, ended up like that. Literally, the fight ended with him beating the shit out of him and walking off like he knew he won. Khabib Abdulmanapovich 30-27. Just like I thought he won 30-27. But if you want to give the third to Sean because of the knee, you can go ahead. It was definitely the hardest shot of the fight, but come on, bro, 30-27 is very viable. But the thing is, he still won the fight, even if the third round went to O'Malley. Big PETR fucking Yan, man, walks off. Look at Sean O'Malley just laying down like he's about to assert his position in the corner on the fucking stew, like the cuck that he is. Bitch ass nigga, man. Hey, the real best fucking striker. Look at this picture. Just warrior PETR Yan. Cuck Sean O'Malley sitting down like crying like a bitch. We'll move on to the unfortunate shit that happened. And the world will never forget the events of March 11th, 2023, when the machine arrived. But we're not going to be talking about that too much. We also should never forget the real original best striker in MMA, which is Ben Askren. As everybody knows, Ben Askren teached PETR Yan how to strike. He's the reason why PETR Yan became this great of a striker. Without Ben Askren, PETR Yan wouldn't be shit. He was like his master back in the day, back in ancient China. He was teaching him how to throw them spinning back fists and shit. All that spinning shit that you saw PETR Yan do against Corey Sandhagen. Obviously, Ben Askren taught him that. I mean, if we had got Ben Askren versus Dricus du Plessis, that would have put PETR Yan versus Jose Aldo to shame. That would have been the new greatest striking match in history. So, yeah, just a random shout-out to the greatest striker ever, Ben Askren, legend. All right, here it is, PETR Yan's return match against Song Yadong. Song Yadong goes for a takedown. As I just said, he has PTSD from the machine robbing him. But goes for this. PETR Yan, as always, he has great takedown defense. Does not get taken down right here. Boom, doesn't get taken down. But then, boom, almost catches him with that head kick, the Faber head kick. And then catches him with a nasty body kick. Boom, body kick. And then a 2. body kick, returns to position 2, and then a 1. So that's a 2 to the head, 1 to the body. Nice. The words to describe how technical of a striker this man is are probably not in the dictionary. This man right here is just next level, bro. I don't understand why niggas would say shit like Poatan won the fucking... Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Poatan does not even belong in the pound for pound shit. If the pound for pound shit was about skills, it wouldn't even be a question about it. PETR Yan would be top 5. Always. He would remain top 5 forever. Nice. 1-1. Boom. Rear uppercut to the body. Again. Boom. Rips another uppercut to the head. Another one to the head. Gets out of the way of this. This is the greatest head movement moment in UFC history. Without a doubt. I'm just gonna let you watch this. So, obviously, that's just a simple getting out of the way of shit. But look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Right there. That is insane. Alright? So, if you're not careful, you may just bust. But I urge you, brothers and sisters, to contain yourselves. This is just MMA, alright? This is just MMA. There's none to get aroused to here. Boom. Gets out of the way of that. Gets out of the way of that. And Song Yadong is like, alright, let me calm down. Let me collect myself. Boom. Gets a heavy body shot to his little sternum. Bing. Tries to come back. Gets out the way of that. Rolls with that punch. Zoom. Rolls with that. Song Yadong is like, what the fuck? I can't hit this little bastard. Boom, boom. Gets out of the way of those. My God. And then hits a little dance too. Hits his little dance. And then hits his other little dance. Look at this. Boom. My goodness. Look at that. Faint shovel uppercut. Doesn't care about getting that. Nice little trip. He invented the trips. I already told you guys. Another one. Boom. Body kick. Comes up with another jab. Zoop. Jab. Gets out of the way of those. Great head movement as always. Comes back with a boom. Faint uppercut again. Why does he feint this uppercut? Because if he was to duck to stop his trip, you would fall into this uppercut. That's why he plans everything. He plans for everything. He does a move that he knows that if you counter it, you're still gonna get hit with something. By the time he does all that, he already gave away his legs for this nice little trip, which Song Yadong does a great job of not falling on his ass, but then PETR Yan tries to turn it into an eminary roll. Song Yadong still remains on top, and that was just a great looking sequence. And then we go to the super spin bros. Boom, super spin bros. Both these niggas is Chinese if you didn't know. Look, you spin, I spin. Look at this. But look at this takedown awareness of this shit right here. So Song Yadong creating a good base for himself, but gives way for PETR Yan to peek through the other side and just turn the corner. Boom, get him down. Easy money. And then PETR Yan wins the fight, obviously, as we all know. We was all celebrating this takedown like it was a flush knockout, like it was headshot dead or some shit. The greatest 29-28 in the history of Earth. PETR Yan is back. Greatest striker of all time. And now we're about to go into his ratings, and you don't want to miss out on those. Here we go. Alright, now that we just broke down PETR Yan's greatest combinations, we gotta give him his ratings. Striking, PETR Yan, I had already said, the single greatest striker in UFC history. If there was no grappling, this man would be undefeated without a doubt, bro. He would be undefeated. At least in the UFC, he would be undefeated, as we just saw. He only lost to Merab because he got taken down a bunch, or he was trying to stuff takedowns. Sean O'Malley, he was winning on the feet, but he was further winning by getting the takedowns. If this was a straight-up striking match, I got PETR Yan over Sean O'Malley every day of the week because Sean O'Malley works in space. All right, Sean O'Malley is not as complex as PETR Yan. He does 1-1-2s, 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 tips to the body, 1-1-2s. That's literally him. PETR Yan does a whole bunch of fucking shit, bro. He does a whole barrage of shit like we just broke down. Now, does he like to do some repetitive shit like the jab overhand? Yeah, but it works. So if it works, why stop doing it? I'll have to give PETR Yan striking a 99 overall. Why not 100 overall? Because he is too inactive. That's the problem. He needs to be putting out more output, but that's just a nitpick of mine because nonetheless, his low output shit works and he puts shit down. He's the greatest striker I've ever seen. 99 on the striking. Better than Izzy, better than Poatan, better than all them niggas. And we move on to his wrestling. Great wrestling. as you just saw, a lot of outside trips, a lot of cool little tricky trips and shit. The shit that he did to Uriah Faber, switching grips and then just dragging him down after that. Even though he got out wrestled by the Machine, that always happens. The Machine is just a different breed. His wrestling is still top tier. His overall takedown defense is great. He doesn't get taken down a lot. 94 in the wrestling. And then we move on to his grappling, which was his letdown. His grappling, he doesn't have a lot of submissions. And when Merab took him down, he could have just tried to play jiu-jitsu, but he's a great guy, bro. He's a real head hunter. He doesn't play jiu-jitsu. He's straight. You can just tell, in the scrambles, you can just tell he's a good grappler. He's 93 on the grappling. We move on to his cardio. Not the best cardio, because if he had great cardio, he arguably could have kept up with Merab and tried to find more ways to evade getting swallowed post, getting devoured by Merab. But not even just the Merab fight. Every other fight, he gives his opponents a chance to gain some ground on him by being such a slow starter. Maybe he's just making reads, but at the end of the day, the reads can't be that much, bro. Maybe he's trying to compensate for his lack of cardio. But he did go 5 rounds with Aldo at a pretty high pace and finished him in the 5th. 90 on the cardio. We move on to his chin, and I'll have to say his chin is fantastic. It's never been dropped, never been rocked. Except for Sean O'Malley actually did rock him in the 2nd round. He caught him with some good 1-2s, actually. But them shit sounds like whips or some shit. But he did not go down due to them. He did go down to like a knee or some shit, but he got up immediately. And Sean O'Malley is a pretty hard-hitting guy, so he has a good chin on him. I would say his chin is a 93. Then we move on to his strength. His strength is good, all right? He doesn't have the most power. Like, Sean O'Malley probably has more power in his hands than him, but I don't think Sean O'Malley can just grab somebody and ragdoll them like PETR Yan does to some of his opponents. So I have to say his strength is good. It's just that he needs more power in his hands, because if he could just knock somebody out with one punch, just bam, like he would have mad KOs. He still gets knockdowns. He still gets takedowns. So I have to say his strength is a 93. And then we move on to his speed. He's very quick. Like, the way he switches stances in, like, split seconds. Like, he can switch stances, like, 3 times in 1 second. I literally broke it down. You guys can look at the shit. That's retarded. Like, switching stances 3 times in 1 second is just insane. 95 on the speed. And we'll move on to his fight IQ, which is his low point pretty much, because he just couldn't find a way to make an adjustment to the Machine. Now, I understand that is very hard. But nonetheless, like, he couldn't, like, even when Merab let him up, one time he shot for a takedown on Merab. Like, why is you shooting for a takedown? You should be trying to knock him out every second you get on the feet. You should be trying to knock him out because he's clearly destroying you. You should be trying to knock him out. But no, he was ego maxing, trying to get a takedown on Merab to show, like, hey, I can take you down too. I think Merab will beat Sean O'Malley easier than he beat PETR Yan. But I think PETR Yan has more tools to use against Merab, but he didn't use them, which is why I would say his fight IQ is low because of that. Against Aljamain Sterling, again, in the 2nd fight, he kind of got destroyed by Aljamain Sterling. Well, not destroyed, but in 2 rounds, he got destroyed by Aljamain Sterling. Couldn't get Aljamain off his back. Against Song Yadong, it could have been more convincing that he was, like, beating Song Yadong, because Song Yadong, again, is not in his league striking-wise. It's not even close. And even wrestling-wise, it's not even close. Shouldn't have lost the first. It could have been a 30-27, but it was a 29-28. Nonetheless, we celebrated that 29-28 like it was a headshot dead Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards moment. But 92 overall for PETR Yan, but it was very close to a 93. However, it's a 92, which is higher than most of the people that I've made ratings for. So 92 for PETR Yan, greatest striker of all time, best striker that I've covered on this channel, without a doubt. Best striker in MMA history. Don't even play with me. Big PETR Yan. I'm so glad that he's back. Hopefully, he still climbs up and one day gets the rematch with Sean O'Malley and destroys him even worse this time. Like and subscribe. I'm out.